Today, I invite you to be with yourself, to just be where you are, to be willing to be here now in the present moment. Here's a quote from Baron Baptiste. He says, "All life happens in the present moment. All we really have is the moment that is right here, right now, in front of us. Any moment that happened in the past is a memory, and any moment that will happen in the future is a fantasy. Memories and fantasies can be very nice, but they lead us nowhere except into the past, which no longer exists, or the future, which doesn't exist yet. The past and the future are not places. They are, essentially, nowhere. So you see, you are either now here or nowhere." Find a comfortable seat. If you are more comfortable lying down or in a chair, that's always an option. So just making yourself comfortable and really feeling yourself touching the earth beneath you. Just feeling the connection of your body to the earth. If you're comfortable doing so, please close your eyes. Feeling the sensation of your body supported by your mat, your chair, the ground beneath you. And without changing anything at all, begin to notice your breath. Simply notice the qualities of your breath. Is your breath deep or shallow? Is it restricted or free-flowing? Noticing where the breath goes in your body. Where do you feel it? How do you feel it? No need for judgment as good or bad. Just noticing what is. And as it feels comfortable, perhaps you begin to deepen your breath. Filling your chest. Eventually, maybe that breath goes all the way down into your belly. At this point, your breath could flow in and out through the nose, or maybe you're sighing the breath out your mouth. Just allowing yourself this opportunity to feel the breath. Noticing the changes of the sensation as you deepen the breath. Perhaps you begin to feel tension release. You feel more relaxed. And perhaps not. Again, there is no right or wrong, just simply noticing what is. As you breathe in and breathe out. As you continue to breathe, really take a moment to check in with your physical body. Noticing tightness, tension, freedom or relaxation in your shoulders, your hips, arms, legs, torso, face. What do you feel? Continuing to breathe in and breathe out. And from here, perhaps noticing the mind. Noticing your thoughts. Maybe your thoughts have calmed and you were simply listening to the words I'm saying. Maybe you were still distracted and caught up in thoughts about what happened earlier, what you plan to do when you finish here. Noticing, once again, simply what is, not labeling it as right or wrong. And then noticing perhaps any emotions you may be feeling. Just noticing what's there. Checking in, taking note. Allowing yourself to simply be aware of any emotions, anything you are currently experiencing. And then shifting your awareness to your energy. Perhaps feeling tired or ready to move. Just once again noticing what's there. Allowing yourself to be aware of your energy. How do you feel here in this moment? From here, perhaps noticing a deeper kind of awareness, this ability to be aware of the body, to be aware of the mind, to be aware of your emotions, to be aware of your energy. To be aware of being aware. Feeling in this moment the ability to notice all of these aspects, these experiences, without having to become them. Simply be aware. Still breathing, come back to your breath. Come back to the awareness of your breath as it comes into the body and out of the body. Perhaps you circle the arms out and up to the sky. Press the palms together at the top. Keep your eyes closed if that's still comfortable, and pull your hands down into your heart center. Press your thumbs into your heart as you recognize this moment is an opportunity for gratitude. A gratitude for this awareness, for this moment, for this breath. Grateful for this body, this mind, for the ability to feel emotion, for your energy. And perhaps there is just something in your life right now that you're just feeling grateful for, that you'd like to bring to mind. So coming to that space, bringing gratitude in. Breathe gratitude into your body. And notice how gratitude feels. Breathing it in. Take another deep inhale. And let it go. You might release your hands, bring them back to your knees, eyes still closed, shoulders relaxed down your back. Coming into intention for today's practice. Present moment awareness. To allow yourself to simply be right here, right now. Not concerned with what happened in the past or what may happen in the future, but to simply be in the only moment that truly exists right now. Perhaps using your breath as a helpful guide to keep you in each moment as it happens. When you catch yourself distracted, remembering you can always come back to this mantra. I am breathing in. I am breathing out. Repeating, I am breathing in. I am breathing out. As often as you may need, as long as you may need, to just help keep yourself grounded in this moment. As you're ready, you may slowly blink your eyes open. We'll make our way to a child's pose. So go ahead and find your way to all fours. And you can take this wide-legged or with knees together, bringing your big toes together. I prefer to have my knees wide, sending your hips back to your heels, and just allow your belly to come down to your thighs or between your thighs as you bring your forehead to the mat. If your forehead does not reach the mat and that is just uncomfortable, perhaps you bend your elbows and allow your forearms to come to the mat. Allow your head to come down, your hips sent back towards your heels. And just find yourself here, breathing into your body. Take a deep breath in, fill up, expand with breath. And sigh it out, let it go. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, let go. Again, breathe in and release. Allowing yourself to take as many cleansing breaths as you need, in through your nose and out through your mouth as you need right here, right now, or at any point in your practice. But if it feels comfortable, close your lips and allow your breath to flow in and out through your nose. Allow this breath to continue to be deep into your belly. And we'll begin to link this breath with movement. Inhale as you walk your fingertips out a little longer. Feel your side bodies get longer. If your elbows were bent, go ahead, walk your hands out. And on an exhale, walk your hands around to the right. So you might bend the right elbow and just reach through the left fingertips as you send the left hip back to the left heel. Inhale into your left side body. Fill the left lung. Exhale, just sink into your stretch. Inhale, fill up, lengthen, and walk around to the other side. Left elbow bends, right fingertips reach as the right hip sends back to the right heel. Inhale to expand. Fill the right lung with breath. Exhale, sink into your stretch. Inhale, lengthen, prepare, and as you exhale, walk back to center. Come back to child's pose. Reminding yourself that you can always come back to your child's pose or any resting pose, any place of rest for you. This is your practice, so allow your breath to be your guide. If you find yourself holding your breath or just extremely uncomfortable or in pain, you can always come out of it, reminding yourself that you are in control of your practice, your poses. All of this is coming from you. So allowing yourself to guide your own practice. As you're ready, maybe you come with me to tabletop. So we bring the hips over the knees, the heels behind the knees. Wrists under shoulders and the fingers spread wide on the mat. As we spread the fingers wide and press the hands into the earth, we really notice the point where the pointer finger comes to the palm and the pinky finger comes to the palm, the heel of the palm, all rooting into the earth along with all of the fingertips. So rooting the hands, allow your fingers to be spread wide but not too wide. Root down through the hands, engage through the core, lift your pelvic floor, the bathroom muscles engage, and the belly button hugs towards your spine and upward like you're pulling your belly button behind your rib cage. Relax your shoulder blades down your back, create that space for your neck. Press through the tops of the feet, feel the legs nice and engaged. The core super engaged and the tailbone and the crown of the head reaching away from one another. Spine is super long. Go ahead and reach back with your right toes. Tuck them under on your mat and press your heel towards the back of the room or behind you. Feel that nice. Remember, toes can always stay tucked here, or maybe you lift your heel and come to float those toes up off the earth, preparing for spinal balance. You can keep both hands on the earth, or maybe if it feels okay, you lift the left fingertips, reaching long through the body, spinal balance. Inhale. You can stay right here. If it feels okay, you might crunch elbow to knee. Inhale, reach the body long. Exhale, crunch, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale, left hand plants down to meet the right, and then step the right foot outside of the pinky toe. If that means you have to help it to get there, that is okay. So we just grab that right heel, scoot it forward, and we're going to send the hips down towards the earth. Stretching into this left quad and hip flexor, and also into the right hip. So allow the hips to come down, and then feel the spine get long. Soften your shoulders down your back. Again, creating space for the neck. We don't want to create tension in the shoulders as we stretch the lower body, so just soften where you can. Allow the effort to be in your legs, your hips. Breathing in and breathing out. Take one more deep inhale. And as you exhale, we'll send the hips back, stack that left hip over the knee, plant the left hand down, wrist under shoulder. We'll allow the left toes to maybe come a little bit off the mat as we press back through this right heel. Flex the toes, stack the right side up over the left. Nice supported side plank. Inhale, lengthen, pull the right shoulder over the left, the right hip over the left. Pull the right toes in towards the shin, hugging the energy into the body. Reach long. As you pull the toes in towards the shin, you're also pressing the heel out away from the body, reaching the crown of the head the opposite direction. One more breath here. Exhale, release the right foot down. Toes point towards the long edge of the mat, and then reach the right arm overhead. Nice, long side body stretch. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, reach the right arm back up. Really engage through the core. Engage through the side bodies, the oblique muscles as you rise all the way up. Right hand comes to right thigh, left arm reaches up. Feel the left side body stretch. And then exhale, left hand comes all the way back down. Right hand meets it, right knee meets the left. We're back in tabletop pose. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze for cow pose. Exhale, round and tuck for cats. Inhale, cow. Drop the belly, lift the gaze, lift the tailbone. Exhale, round and tuck. Feel the shoulder blades separate as you tuck your chin and your tailbone. Inhale, open up, cow. Exhale, round and tuck. Come back to your tabletop pose. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, fingers spread. Feel those points where the pointer fingers, pinkies, fingertips, heel of the palm. Press into the earth. Relax the shoulders down the back. Again, pull the pelvic floor, the belly in and up. Feel the crown of the head, tailbone reaching away from one another. And then press back with the left heel, tuck the toes under, lengthen that leg out. Feel that nice calf stretch in the left leg. Find length, soften the shoulders. Breathe. Inhaling and exhaling. Noticing what you feel, finding stillness as you become aware within. If it feels okay, go ahead and float that left heel up. Notice if maybe the hips are uneven. See if you can bring them back into the same plane. So strong through the core. And again, if it feels okay, the right fingertips float forward this time. Spinal balance. Inhaling to reach. Remembering you can always stay here, or maybe you exhale, take those taps, knee to elbow. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale, tap. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, right hand meets left. We're going to step the left foot outside of the left pinky. So if that means our foot's still back here and we just help bring it up, we can do that. Go ahead and crawl the foot, the hands forward as the hips sink down and you begin to stretch into this right quad and hip flexor. Also sinking into this left hip. Nice little dragon or lizard pose here. As you breathe in and breathe out. You definitely want to make sure that your right hip is forward of your right knee. You don't want the hip stacked directly over the knee. Shift the hips forward if you can. Sometimes if we're on a hard surface, our knees are really over it by now. So just finding your way to your breath, and you can always find supports to put under the knees if you need to. Nice little pad, a blanket, whatever might help make this practice more accessible to you. Listening to your body. One more deep breath in and out. We'll send the hips back, stack the hip over the knee, plant the right hand, wrist under shoulder, really root down into that hand as you send the left foot back. The right toes may come off the back edge of the mat. Nice little kickstand as you stack up. Side plank. So strong here. Flex the left toes, hug them towards the shin, press back through the left heel as you reach forward through the crown of the head. Inhale, pull that left shoulder back in space, the left hip, shoulder, waist stacked over the right. So strong here. Inhaling and exhaling. Take another deep breath. Inhale. Exhale, right foot comes down to the mat, toes pointing forward. Inhale, reach that left arm overhead. Nice long side body stretch. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, left fingertips reach back up to the sky, really engaging through the core and especially these obliques here. We're gonna rise up with power, so strong. Left hand to left thigh, right fingertips reach straight up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, we'll cartwheel right hand down, followed by the left. Left knee meets the right. Tabletop pose. Make any adjustments and then inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze, cow pose. Exhale, round and tuck for cat. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. Flowing with your breath as many times as you need through your cat-cow. Such a beautiful way to really start your practice or your day, to prepare your body, your spine for movement. It also does this wonderful thing, this articulation of the spine forward and back. As we do that, it actually tones our vagus nerve, which is really in control of so many of the signals from the brain to the body. So many of those signals that are associated with anxiety and stress. So when we feel the belly hurt because we're stressed or anxious about something, a lot of times that's signals from the vagus nerve. So as we tone the vagus nerve, we begin to bring that nerve back to its center, back to where it's sending the signals it's supposed to. The other way we can really help to bring this vagus nerve back to its center is to breathe deep into the belly. When we use this deep belly breath, we actually remind the brain that we're safe and okay. This also helps to release those stress signals into the body. So reminding yourself to breathe deep into the belly. This practice here on our yoga mats or just seated or really at any point in our day, if we just remember, oh yeah, breathe into my belly, we can help remind ourselves and eventually train ourselves to the point where we're doing this all of the time, releasing the signals of stress and anxiety into the body. So just remember to breathe deep, fill the belly, feel your body expand with it, and just take these present moments anytime you can. As you're ready, we'll come out of our cat-cow, out of our rest, wherever you are right now. And we're gonna make our way to downward facing dog. So tucking all 10 toes onto the mat, pressing the earth away as you lift from your hips, from your core, to downward facing dog. As you come into your downward dog, you might soften your knees, really lift your hips and heels a little higher, and allow your chest, your heart, your belly to press back towards your thighs.
Again, relax the shoulders away from the ears, but keep them nice and engaged towards one another. We want to be super strong through that whole shoulder girdle. Lift through the core, and if it feels okay, we'll lower the heels towards the earth. We might keep the knees kind of soft still. They don't have to be totally straight, but if that feels okay to straighten them out, that'll deepen the stretch in the hamstrings. Making sure at any point, if you have straight legs in your practice, you do want to keep them nice and fluid. That way circulation and energy can still flow. Anytime we lock out our joints, we're blocking circulation, and that can cause us to actually pass out. So making sure the joints still stay fluid. We've got a little micro bend, maybe not one you can see, but definitely one that you can kind of feel. So keeping that fluidity and flow in the whole body. As you're ready, soften knees and elbows, look forward, prepare, and exhale, travel. Crawl, step, or float to a forward fold at the top of your mat. Maybe you heel toe your feet a little wider than your hips. You can grab opposite elbows if that feels okay, and make sure your knees are soft enough for your belly to touch your thighs. Maybe this feels a little wrong to you for a forward fold, but we're going to do it anyway. So keep the knees soft, keep the belly connected to the thighs, and then from there, if it feels okay, we lift the hips a little higher. Maybe that's just something you feel, maybe it's something you could see. Doesn't matter, just in your body. Just be here now. Maybe you sway side to side. And that could be with that bind with opposite elbows. Maybe you prefer your fingers on the floor. Allow your head to drop, your neck to just hang out. Breath in, breath out. If you have a bind, release your hands and heel toe your feet back to hip width distance. Make fists with both of your hands and put them between your feet. If your feet are not touching your hands, bring your feet a little bit closer. If your feet are closer than that, they can be there. That's okay. We want the feet to be hip width distance, and that's usually about the width of 1 or 2 fists. So, as you're ready, soften the knees, engage through the core, tuck your chin to your chest, and we're going to roll up one vertebrae at a time. Keep your chin tucked. Your head's going to be the last thing that rises here. As you come all the way up, the shoulders are over the hips. They relax down the back. Lift the gaze. Reach the arms out and up. Reach up, tall mountain. Exhale, hands to heart. So good. Lift your toes up and off the earth. Feel your big toe mount and your little toe mount. Feel the outer edges of your heels and the inner edge of your heel pressing into the earth. Feel that activate through the legs. And from there, again, lift the pelvic floor. Lift the belly in and out. Pull that belly button up like you're going to bring it behind the rib cage. Relax your shoulders down. And as if there's a string from your sacrum through the crown of your head up to the heavens above, feel that length through the spine. The hands, they might reach out to the side, fingers towards the earth. Find that spark all the way through your fingertips. Even though we're just standing here, if your toes are still lifted, go ahead and bring them back to the earth. Keep the legs active, the core active. And even though we're finding this energy, this activation through the body, this effort, we also find places we could soften. We stay engaged, but we also soften. So notice if there's tension in your face, could you soften your forehead? Could you soften your eyes? Your cheeks? Could your teeth separate and your jaw soften? Your shoulders, your chest. Even though we're keeping the belly button and the pelvic floor engaged, could we soften the belly a little bit and allow it to expand with the breath? Take one more breath here.
Inhale, reach the arms out and up to the sky. And then either bring the hands through heart center or take a nice little swan dive all the way back down to your forward fold. From here, walk your hands up to your thighs. Press the hands into the thighs. Lengthen the crown of the head away from the tailbone. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Hug the belly in and up. So long through the spine, strong through the core. We want to keep this length and strength here as we soften the knees, plant the hands, and step back to plank pose. You can take this plank pose on your toes or on your knees. Keep the spine, the body nice and long, the core super strong, and we'll slowly and gently lower halfway down, chaturanga. From there, knees drop if they haven't already, then we lower the thighs and the pelvis. Inhale, lift your heart, relax the shoulders down the back. Exhale, press down into the earth, lift all the way back up, over knees, over toes, downward facing dog. Maybe you walk your dog. And we're going to take that a little bit faster this time. We'll slowly just move into some poses, get a little more familiar, more comfortable, and then we'll move a little faster. So as you're ready, remember you can always move at your own pace. Soften knees and elbows, look forward. You can come through the knees, or you can crawl, step, or float to a forward fold. We're going to come back to halfway lift, press into the thighs, lengthen the spine. Exhale, bow. Root down and inhale to rise up with power. Feel the power of the feet, the earth, as you rise up, reach. Exhale, hands to heart, gratitude. Bring it back into your practice. Coming back to this moment, to this body. As you're ready, inhale, reach up. Exhale, bow. Inhale, halfway lift. Press your hands into your thighs, lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands. Step it back to plank. On your toes or on your knees. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lower slow, halfway. Knees, thighs, pelvis come down as you inhale, lift your heart, cobra. Exhale, over knees and toes, downward facing dog. Back to your breath. Always remembering you can rest if you need to. Inhale and exhale. Soften knees and elbows, look forward, prepare. Exhale, crawl, step, or float. Find your forward fold, top of the mat. Walk your hands up your thighs, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold it back down. Root down as you rise up, tall mountain. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bow. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant your hands. Step it back. Flow through chaturanga, lower halfway. Release. Inhale, cobra, or maybe upward dog. Exhale, over knees and toes. Downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. As you're ready, soften, prepare. Exhale, travel. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bow. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart. You can take as many of those as you want to. That's a basic sun A, a sun salutation A. We're going to move to a sun salutation B. As you're ready, inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Maybe you even open the heart, reach back a little, keep the core super engaged, and then exhale, sit the hips back and down, find a chair pose. Soften your shoulders, down your back.
If you look down, can you see your toes in front of your knees? If not, shift your knees and shins back. Maybe that means you come out of your chair a little bit. That's okay. If your arms reaching up is too much, you can bring them to your heart. But we're going to try to reach them up. And as we reach all the way through the fingertips, we're going to hug the shoulders into the shoulder sockets. Pinkies maybe even come slightly towards one another, and the heart opens just a little. Keep the core nice and engaged. We're not just dropping out through the low back and the belly. Keep it engaged. Lift it in and up. One more breath in your chair. Exhale, bow, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands, step it back, plank pose. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift up, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, over knees and toes, downward dog. From here, inhale, right heel to the sky, and exhale, step that right foot through to the top of the mat. Ground down through your left heel, toes 20 to 45 degree angle. Hug the hips in line. Right knee over ankle, root down, lift up. Warrior one, take a breath. On your exhale, hands come back to the mat. Step it back, plank pose, flow through. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, over knees and toes, downward dog. Inhale, right heel lifts. Exhale, left foot, top of the mat. Right toes, 20 to 45 degree angle. Heel grounds down, rise up. Hug the right hip forward, left hip back, sit into your lunge. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, plant your hands. Step it back. Flow through. Allowing yourself to take any modifications that you need, meeting back in downward facing dog. Also giving yourself permission to rest. Breathe in, breathe out. As you're ready, soften, prepare, look forward, exhale, travel, top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bow. This time, sit your hips back and down, reach up, chair pose, inhale, and exhale. One more breath. Exhale, bow. Inhale, lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step it back, flow through chaturanga. Warming up the body, using your breath to help you. Inhale, right heel to the sky. Exhale, right foot forward to warrior one. Rise up, breathe in. Exhale, flow back through. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left heel lifts. Exhale, left foot, top of the mat, warrior one. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, flow. Downward facing dog. One more inhale. One more exhale. Soften, look forward, prepare. Exhale, travel. Forward fold. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, bow. Sit your hips back and down. Engage through the core to rise up, chair pose. Sit low. Inhale, rise up and back. Exhale, hands to heart. As you come back here to center, press your thumbs into your heart, calm your breath. If you're comfortable, close your eyes. As you calm your breath, calm your heart. Calm your heart. Calm your mind.
Coming back to this moment, back to your breath, back to your body. Breathing in, breathing out. As you're ready, inhale, reach up. Exhale, bow. Halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step it back, flow through chaturanga. And exhale, cross your ankles and roll over to a seat, or just make your way to a seat. To start out with, we'll do a little bit of core work. We're going to find our boat pose. So find your sit bones grounded, really engage to stack the spine up, hug the knees together, belly to thighs, thighs to belly, soften your shoulders. You might just come up onto your toes, so maybe the heels lift a little bit here. The hands could come behind you as a support. The hands could come to your thighs as a support. And as it feels comfortable, as you're ready, maybe you lift the right toes and the left toes. Maybe you release the hands. Remember, you can take any modifications you need. We're going to breathe here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale. Exhale. Bring the soles of your feet together. Coming to butterfly pose. Soles of the feet together, the knees just splay out wide. And you can stay seated upright. Your heels might be super close to your pelvic floor and they might reach away. So just allowing that to really be something that you explore, find the right space for you. Again, you could stay seated upright, or in this pose here, our sacrum's nice and tucked under, preparing the spine to actually round forward. So if it feels okay, allow the spine to round forward. You might even find that you can allow that rounding to come all the way into the cervical spine, the neck, as the chin drops to the chest. Stretching into your hips here, your low back. Just allowing yourself to be right here in this moment. Feeling the sensations of the body. Still breathing in and out through your nose, deep into your belly. Letting go of all of that work and just allowing yourself to be here for some deep stretches. Breath in, breath out. As it feels okay, we'll slowly and gently begin to stack the spine back up one vertebrae at a time. The head is the last to come up. Shoulders are soft down the back. Go ahead and help the knees up and extend the legs long in front of you. Move any flesh out from under the sit bones. Flex the toes, knees towards the sky. We'll bring the hands by the hips, really engage through the core. So lift that pelvic floor and belly in and up. Relax the shoulders down. Press the hands into the earth and drop your chin to your chest. And press into the earth as if you're going to lift your hips all the way up off of it. Continue to breathe deep into the belly. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, slowly lift the gaze. As we engage that pelvic floor and belly in and up and drop the chin, we're engaging the 3 locks, your Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, and Jalandhara Bandha. And that hugs the energy into the body, and we're actually pumping energy through the body. So using your breath to do so is such a beautiful thing. So we're gonna bring the left foot into the right thigh. Flex the right toes, so pulling the right toes towards the shin, and root your right heel into the earth and hug from your heel all the way into your hip socket. See if by doing that you really feel the belly button and toes begin to kind of align. Bring your right hand by your right hip and inhale the left fingertips to the sky. Find length. And as you exhale, begin to hinge forward from your hips. Keep a nice flat back as you bow over your right leg. Allow the left hand to fall to the outside of the right leg, wherever it falls. Keeping the shoulders down the back, the crown of the head and tailbone lengthening away from one another. Exhale, maybe you hinge forward a little bit more, and that right wrist might cross over the left here. Find length, space between the vertebrae, and bow a little deeper. Janu Shirshasana here. Stretching that right hamstring out. Take another deep breath in and out. Slowly release your bind. We'll walk the hands back towards the body. Relax the shoulders down the back. And then inhale, lift your left fingertips towards the sky. Exhale, plant them down behind your left hip, just wherever the hand kind of lands when you rotate it back. Press down into the earth, and we're going to engage through the core, lifting the core, the hips, the belly, the chest, as you roll onto this left shin and press the shin and the right foot down into the earth. Open up the front body, reach the right fingertips up and back, stargazer pose, breath in. Exhale, slowly and gently lower it all the way back down. And we'll switch out our legs. We'll bring the left leg out, the right foot comes in. Left toes are gonna flex back towards the shin. Root down through the left heel and hug from the heel into that hip socket. Feel that rotation come all the way up into the spine, belly button and toes, hugging towards one another. Engage through the core, left hand by the left hip. Inhale, reach through the right fingertips as you lengthen and bow. Hinge forward just from your hips. Allow the spine to stay long, nice flat back. Lengthen heart and toes, reaching. Exhale, hinge one breath deeper, and maybe that left wrist crosses over the right. Breathing in and breathing out. Just noticing what you feel with each breath, but not allowing yourself to get wrapped up in it. Just notice it and release it. Coming back to the breath. Again, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bow. Slowly release the hands. We'll walk the body back up, one vertebrae over the other. Shoulders back and down. Reach up and back with the right hand. Plant it down. Root down. Roll onto this right shin. Lift your hips, your belly, your chest. Open up the front body. Stargazer pose. One more inhale. Engage through the core. Lower down slow with control all the way to sit. So good. So we're going to come all the way down onto the back now. So find your way. However you need to help yourself get there. Walk the heels towards the glutes, knees to the sky. Walk your shoulder blades down your back. Plant your hands down into the earth by the hips. Root down, and then again lift hips, belly, chest. Bridge pose. You might walk your shoulders together. You could find a bind with the hands. If you want to take a full wheel, and that's in your practice, bring your hands by your ears, fingertips towards your shoulders, and lift up. Take another deep breath. Inhale here. Exhale, engage through the core. Slowly lower down with control all the way down. Hug your right knee into your chest.
Flex your right toes, and then bring your right ankle to your left thigh. Keep the toes active, flex them back towards that shin. Press your right thigh away from your body, beginning to really stretch deep into this right hip in this supine pigeon pose. From here, you could stay right where you are, or maybe you begin to hug this left thigh in towards your body, wrapping the hands around the left thigh. And just breathing here into whatever comes up for you. The hands could stay on the thigh, or if you want to take it even deeper, the hands could even come to the shin. But we do want to try to keep the sacrum on the earth and also the shoulders on the earth. So relaxing the back into the earth as much as possible while stretching into this right hip. As we stretch into our hips, lots of emotions and different things may come up for you, as we tend to store things like frustration and resentment in our hips. So perhaps noticing if emotions come up here or thoughts, and allowing yourself to simply notice them and then come back to your breath. And again, notice what comes up, what's here, and see if you can let it go. Practicing. Sometimes we have these awakenings, this awareness, just so we become aware of what's there. Sometimes it's an opportunity to let go. And sometimes nothing comes up, and that's okay too. Maybe it's just sensation, and we just breathe into that sensation. Just allowing yourself to be in the moment, to be in your body. What are you experiencing? Feel it and breathe into it. Take one more deep breath in. Exhale, hug it in one breath deeper. And then slowly release the left foot all the way down to the mat. Go ahead and allow this right knee to cross all the way over. And then we'll allow the knees to just fall all the way to the left. And if this is too much, just go ahead and unwind the knees and bring the left knee under the right. You can keep the knees wrapped. That's okay too. So either a twisted roots pose or just a regular supine twist. We'll inhale to reach the right arm out to the side. Open up, gaze to the right. Allowing the shoulders to melt into the earth beneath you. Twisting out, digesting this practice. Maybe digesting a meal. As you breathe in and breathe out. Take another deep breath in here and release it. Inhale your gaze back up to the sky, and as you exhale, hug your knees back into your chest. Engage through the core, slowly unwinding them if you need to. Knees to chest, maybe we rock side to side. And then as you're ready, release the feet back down. Walk the heels towards the glutes, knees to the sky. Shoulder blades, maybe they adjust down the back. Hands by the hips. Root down through the feet, through the hands, and lift from the core to lift your hips, belly, chest, bridge pose for 3, 2, and 1. Inhale. Exhale, slowly release one vertebrae at a time. This time when you get there, hug the left knee into the chest, flex the left toes, and bring the left ankle to the right thigh. You can press the left thigh away, and perhaps you stay right here, stretching out the hips. If you want to take it a little deeper, if you have more space, we bring the hands around the right thigh and hug the right thigh into the chest. Make sure you keep the sacrum down on the earth. We want to keep the shoulders down on the earth. So if that means you bring the foot back down, that's okay. Just allow yourself to be where you are today as we find growth where we are, not where we want to be. Eventually we might reach that space. We have to start where we are today. Breathing and allowing your breath to be that guide, that regulator. If you're holding your breath, it's likely a sign that you might need to come out of a pose. Find a place you can breathe. Noticing what comes up for you. Breathing into what comes up for you. Breathing in and breathing out. Remembering whatever happens, whatever you feel, you're just breathing. You're just practicing. So be there, be here. Noticing. Take another deep breath, inhale. Exhale, maybe you hug it in one breath deeper. And then slowly release. The right foot comes back to the earth. This left leg may cross over the right. And then the knees fall all the way over to the right. And again, you can keep your legs wound like this, or maybe you unwind and just hug that right knee under the left, stacking the knees, the ankles. Left arm reaches out to the left, gaze over the left fingertips. Maybe your right arm is teed with the left, or maybe the right hand rests on the outside of the left knee. Up to you. Find what feels right and breathe. Take another deep inhale and exhale. One more breath here. Let it go. Inhale your gaze back up to the sky. And as you exhale, hug your knees back into the chest, unwinding them if you need to. You can rock side to side. And as you come back to center, maybe the knees come wide towards the armpits, and we'll come into a happy baby. So we're going to flex the toes, pull the toes back towards the shins. The arms could hook around the thighs, just hugging the knees towards the armpits. The hands could reach up for the ankles, again hugging the knees down towards the earth, the armpits. Your peace fingers might find their way to your big toes, or even grab the outside edges of your feet. As we flex the toes, we also press the big toe mounds towards the sky. Relax your shoulders and your sacrum down to the mat. And you can stay still here in this dead bug pose, or maybe you rock side to side. As you do so, allow the head to rock with you, keeping the cervical spine, your neck, attached to the rest of it, as it is. Just rocking, playing like a happy baby. And if it feels okay, come back to center, bring the soles of the feet together, press the knees away from one another. Coming into a supine butterfly, you can release the hands from the feet and allow the outside edges of the feet to come all the way down to the mat. Walk your shoulder blades down your back if you need to, just finding any adjustments to make yourself feel comfortable. Knees still wide. You could stay here, and then perhaps we
Press the thighs together, bring the knees back up, and begin to heel toe the feet wide on the mat. The feet come to the wide edges of your mat as your knees begin to fall inward towards one another. Perhaps you even tuck your tailbone here. Feel the pelvis lift in and up, feeling the hip points come up towards the low ribs. Feeling the low back and sacrum begin to reset. Just taking a moment here, the knees are pressed away from the body as they hug in towards one another. Take another deep breath, inhale, and let it go. Relaxing. We can slowly release the legs all the way out. If that's too much pressure on the low back, you could come to a conscious resting pose where the feet are wide and the knees just gently fall inward. The other option would be to maybe bring a pillow underneath your knees. But wherever you are, just finding stillness and allowing yourself to be here. And as you find that space, take a deep breath into your body, fill up, expand. Sigh it out, let it go. Again, inhale into the chest, the ribs, the belly. And release it. One more time. Let it go. From here, just allowing your breath to release. Allow the breath to be natural. Flowing in and out, however it flows. And I'll guide you through a body scan. Starting at the very crown of your head. Breathing in. Breathing out. Feel your body melt a little bit deeper and allow the awareness, allow your awareness to come to the very top of your head. Notice what's there and then perhaps see if you can soften. Perhaps the back of your head, you notice, you feel your head rested on the earth. Maybe it softens. And the ears, notice them, notice any sensations, and let go. Bringing your awareness to your forehead, see if you can let go of what is there. Feel the forehead get smooth as the eyebrows drop down away from the crown of the head. Notice your eyeballs, your eyelids, the eye sockets, all the muscles around the eyes. See if you can release. Your cheeks, notice and let go. Your nose. Allow your awareness to come down to your lips, your teeth and tongue. Allowing your teeth to separate. Notice your jaw and see if you can let go just a little more. Allowing your awareness to come down into your neck. Letting go. Softening where you can. Your shoulders. Upper arms. Elbows. Forearms. Wrists. Palms and fingers. Notice what's there. What do you feel? And then allow yourself to consciously release a little deeper. Bringing your awareness to your chest as you allow your lungs and your heart to relax. Noticing the sensations and softening your chest. Your ribs, your solar plex, your belly. Bringing your awareness to your back, noticing your upper back, middle back, lower back, and allowing these to soften. Upper back, middle back, lower back. Awareness coming to your hips, pelvis, and glutes. Softening your hips, pelvis, glutes. Bringing that awareness down into your thighs. Noticing what you feel and releasing. Coming down to your knees, then your shins, calves, ankles, the tops of your feet, your heels, arches, the entire sole and toes of your feet, your entire lower body now relaxed. Really, your entire body relaxed. As you feel your body just melting into the earth, supported and cradled here by the 6,000 plus miles of earth beneath you that holds you all the time. Allowing yourself to simply be right here. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. As you're ready, really bringing your awareness back to the sensation of the body rested on the earth. And then shifting your awareness to your breath. Noticing your breath as it comes in and out. Simply noticing the qualities and sensations of your breath. Perhaps again noticing the sensations of the body. Noticing the mind. Perhaps noticing emotions. And then noticing your energy. Being aware of being aware. As it feels comfortable, begin to deepen your breath into your chest. Fill your whole heart space. And let it go. Fill your heart and your ribs. And release. And fill your heart, your ribs, and your belly. Expand. And let go. Inhale, fill your whole body till you can feel the energy, the breath in your fingers and toes. And maybe you begin to wiggle them. Finding small movements in the body. You might rotate your wrists and your ankles. Eventually inhaling to reach your arms over your head. Walk your feet together as you point your toes away. A nice full body stretch. Inhale, lengthen, reach. And on your exhale, hug your knees into your chest. Thank yourself for taking this time out for you today. Giving yourself a hug. And as it feels okay, just roll over to one side, whichever side feels good for you. Coming to your fetal position, the head rested on your arm. And just noticing how you feel. Reminding yourself that you brought yourself into this space. It was your work. And it's something you have access to all the time. Slowly and gently, with your hands, support yourself all the way up to a seat. A nice comfortable seat, just like where we started. Bringing your sit bones to root down into the earth. Feel the spine stacking up. The pelvic floor, the belly lifted in and up. The shoulders relax down as the crown of the head is reaching up. We just take a moment here to remember that we always have this breath to help bring us back to this moment as you breathe in and breathe out. With each new moment is a new breath to bring you here, to bring you now. As you're ready, reach your arms out and up, inhaling to gather the beautiful energy shared here. And as you exhale, pull your thumbs to your third eye, bringing wisdom to your thoughts. Lower your thumbs to your lips as you bring your truth to your words. And then lower your thumbs to your heart as you bring love and gratitude down into your heart. Thank you so much for joining me, sharing your light, love, and energy with me and one another. The light in me humbly bows to the light in you. Namaste.